Okay, welcome to Kendo Talk Show with Jeremy today. And Jeremy, can you? Okay, I don't think I can pronounce your last name ever. So can you introduce yourself, please?
Hi, thank you for having me. So my name is Jeremy Marcelin. I'm French. I live in Paris, and I'm a cameraman, video editor, and also a director. And I made a movie about Kendo called La Voix du Sabre, which means in English, the voice of the blade.
Great, and that's why you are on this Kendo Talk Show today. Because Jeremy sent that's a messaged me on Facebook, and then I got to know about this. It's documentary. I can call it documentary.
Yes.
Yeah, documentary. This guy going to Japan, and I'm sure you are with him.
Yes, it's just the two of us. He's like the character and the translator, like journalist even, and I'm filming everything.
Okay, so and then this, I didn't know anything about this movie, and I rented it. You kindly gave me discount, free access, but I just wanted to pay you to support you.
Thank you for that.
That was a great movie documentary, and what is it called in French?
La Voix du Sabre.
And in English?
Voice of the blade. Actually, there's a pun, like a word game in French, because Kendo, in French you translate it La Voix du Sabre, but the word voix means the path, like the real translation. But the word voice, voix, also mean voice in French.
Oh.
So we did like a word game. So the La Voix du Sabre, like we are talking about Kendo.
Okay, so you have to know what the French words mean then.
Yeah, that's why I translate that in English. It's more simple.
It's not really. Okay, that's great. And I watched that, and I thought it's about guy going to Japan and into practice. It's not fun, and then you introduced bokuto, bokuto factory and bogu shop, which is traditionally he's making by hand.
Yes.
And any training, of course. And where did you go? And then you went to Mount Fuji, close to Mount Fuji.
Yes, Yamanakako.
That's Shizuoka, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. And that was a beautiful scenery. And also you introduced Mishima
Yukio.
Yukio. I should know that. I should remember his name. Mishima Yukio. And then went to the manga creator, Murakami Motoka.
Hi, Murakami Motoka sensei.
Creator of Musashi no Ken.
Yes.
Yeah. I was a kid when I started. That was a big sensation to the Kendo population, like myself, kids, and I was reading as manga, and then they made anime, but that was great.
Yes, I have them just over there. The manga, like Murakami Sensei offered them to us, and he did a small drawing inside. It was really awesome.
Oh, really? Yeah, man! And then you went to Hakodate, and you introduced Ryoma. Sakamoto Ryoma, right? So it's not only about Kendo. It's kind of you're introducing kind of entire. I know you went to Jinja, the shrine as well. But a lot of samurai went there and then did some practice. Enlightened, boom, Kenjutsu school was invented there, and also things like that. So this is kind of introducing Japan through Kendo, kind of course, anime as well, the Japanese pop culture, I should say. So a lot of people can enjoy this video. So I just wanted to have this opportunity so you can talk about this kind of behind the scene as well. You guys did hitchhike too, right?
Yes, most of the travel was in hitchhiking.
That's interesting.
Yeah, like
too.
almost 2,000 kilometers hitchhiking,
Right.
and some part on bus.
Really? So like I'm sure a lot of myself, Kendo practitioners want to go to Japan. I was born in Japan, raised in Japan, but want to go to Japan as much as possible to practice Kendo. And then feel Japanese cultures as well, experience Japanese culture, and you guys did it.
Yes.
And I think you guys did crowdfunding too, right?
Yes. Actually, I had the idea of the movie like when I first came back for my holiday in Japan in 2013. I said I love the country. It was like a dream. I'm a big fan of Japan since I'm a child, so it was really a dream to go to Japan.
Right.
And since it's my job to film and edit video, I thought to myself, oh, I want to go back there and maybe film, maybe go hitchhiking and do interview of people. But I didn't have a point of view. And after that, Matthias, the character we saw in the movie, he was always telling me, come do Kendo, come practice Kendo, you will love it. So I started Kendo. And after the first class, I was like, that's a great idea for a movie in Japan, because through Kendo, you can talk about Japan history and a lot of culture and the Japan society too. It's very, very large team, so it felt like a great idea for a documentary in Japan.
Right.
And since Matthias, he speaks fluently Japanese, like
he does?
Yes. He lived 1 year in Nagoya for a working holiday, and so I asked him, "Do you want?" The both of us to go to Japan and make a documentary about Kendo. He said, of course I want to do that.
Okay.
So we tried to get produced. So I work for French television too, so I know some people, but it was like too specialized for them to give us money. So I say, what the hell, we're gonna do a crowdfunding, and we're gonna doing it by ourselves. So we got 5,000 euros. It's almost maybe 6,000 American dollars.
Okay, that's a lot of money.
And so I can pay everyone who worked on it except me. But that was not the point. So Matthias, I bought a plane ticket and hotel. He didn't pay anything because he left his job for 1 month to go to make the documentary. Right, so he couldn't pay anything.
Oh, okay. So the motivation was easy. You wanted to go back to Japan, and now you started Kendo because of your Matthias. Is that right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Matthias.
Yes, and then you guys started Kendo. Okay, let's do Kendo, and then let's go back there, and then just start filming. That's great. That's the motivation, isn't it?
Yes, exactly.
And you did the crowdfunding, and then get money, and you did it. When did you go? When did you film?
It was between April and May 2018.
2018. Okay, 2 years ago.
So
and
2
you
years
just
ago.
Finished?
Actually, no. The movie was finished in. We did the premiere in March 2019.
Okay.
Then we had to do. For the people who paid for the crowdfunding, we had to make DVD and to send that to everyone.
Okay.
But it was only the French version of the movie. And we also did at the time a Japanese version where all the voiceover is subtitled in Japanese. So I can send the movie to everybody we interviewed in Japan. So they can see the movie too. And so we did a few screening in France last year, some convention. And the movie was broadcast on French television last month for the first time.
Really? That's well done.
It's we were so happy about that. It's on J1. It's part of Viacom in France. Viacom, they own MTV, and it's an American TV group.
Okay.
And it's the only French TV channel about specialized in Japanese culture. So they put Japanese documentary, anime, and everything about Japan. So it was the perfect target for us. So we were very happy about that. And after that, yes.
Keep going.
So after that, I wanted to to put the movie on internet with VOD, like the link I sent to you. So it was like 1 month ago now, and I put the Japanese version too on VOD, and then I did the English subtitles so I can reach more people, because it's like Kendo, you want to reach as many people as you want. And
then you did a great job on that. I was very impressed. I really thought it's just a Kendo practice. I've been there, and then you went to Fukuoka University too.
Yes.
Man, that's right. I was like expecting, is Sumi Sensei coming now?
No, actually, we were supposed to interview Sumi Sensei, but he was in I don't remember, like maybe he was in Argentina, and he was there was a problem with his plane, so he couldn't get back to Japan. So that's why we did interview of the students, but it was supposed to be Sumi Sensei at first.
Oh, really? I was kind of expecting Sumi Sensei showing up or what? Because I'm sure you went there for because it's Fukuoka University.
Yes.
And I was so sure Sumi Sensei is going to show up.
No, it's just Honda Sensei. You can see him in the movie at the moment, but he was not available either for an interview.
That's cool, man. That's cool. So, I'm sure everyone is really watching this. They like Kendo and all. So, you has motivation, and everyone watching this has motivation to go to Japan. I want to do Kendo, and so you did crowdfunding, which is great. And what was the memorable moments? If you have to pick a few, one or two, maybe
there's a lot. There's also bad memory, but I prefer to remember the good memories. So maybe there was
I'm sure there are bad memories.
When we left the Fukuoka University, we start doing hitchhiking again to go to Hiroshima. And I think that's the time we wait the less. So we waited like 15 minutes, and a van stopped, and there was a nice gentleman inside, and he said, I can take you, not to Hiroshima, but he was going, after the bridge, after the Kyushu Island. So it was nice for us. And at the moment, just before the bridge, he made a stop on an area, and he say, "Are you afraid of forbidden stuff?" I was, no problem. He said, okay. And he go to his truck, and he pull out a drone, a big drone. And he say, let's go make some image. And he did like beautiful image. In the movie you saw image of the bridge at the moment. And that's him. He filmed that with his drone, and then he gave me the image. He said, you can use it in your movie. It's my gift to you. So it was really awesome. But we were very lucky. We meet lots of great people, and the interview with Murakami Sensei, of course, it was incredible because it's mangaka,
Yeah, how did you get to meet him? How did you?
Almost. So when I started doing my research, like the year before traveling to Japan, I started studying what I want to do on the movie, and pop culture was something I wanted to talk about because Japan worldwide now is very famous for pop culture too. So I thought it was really interesting to talk about Kendo through pop culture too. And so I watched online what Kendo manga existed. So there's just a few. And I found about Musashi no Ken. Mm-hmm. And while I was watching, I was on his Facebook page, I think, and I saw that we had a common friend, like someone I know from Paris. He's also a mangaka, a French mangaka, and he knew him. So I sent him a message. I said, Murakami Sensei, I want to do an interview of him. We are going to Japan to do a documentary. Can you ask him if he's okay? I said, okay, I will ask him. And Murakami Sensei said, yeah, sure, no problem.
Whoa, man.
And Murakami Sensei also introduced us to Terui Sensei, that, the sensei we interviewed after Murakami Sensei. Who organized the big event, the Musashi no Ken.
Oh, really?
in sorry, I don't remember the name of the city. Takamori, no.
Kitakami?
Yeah, Kitakami. Hi.
Yeah.
So Murakami Sensei introduced. He said, "Oh, I know a guy who organized a big kendo competition with 1,000 children. Do you want to?" So he gave us his contact, and we did. We met Terui Sensei. He was great sensei to such an open mind, and he's the one who the movie is kind of a Mushashugyo. But we didn't know the term. So Mushashugyo, for those who don't know, it was like a pilgrimage samurai made in feudal Japan. And they travel from cities to city to practice and learn new techniques and practice their techniques. And when we met Terui Sensei, he said, "Oh, you are like doing a Mushashugyo." We are like, "What is that?" And then we look, "Oh, it's awesome." So, and then I put that in the movie.
Okay.
Actually, that's the title I used in Japan for the movie.
It is like a Mushashugyo, going from one place to another.
Yes.
Well, I'm glad you didn't. No one kills you guys. While doing Mushashugyo. Okay, that's cool. Because I was like, what? Musashi no Ken's creator is in this movie. How the heck did it happen?
Yeah, we were very lucky.
And that was I had all the comics of the Musashi no Ken 1 through 24. I remember.
Yes.
1 through 5, and then you went to Kitakami for Musashi no Ken Cup.
Yes.
They do this tournament for kids, I guess. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
It's in memory of the tsunami in 2011.
Right, yeah. And I think that they were doing pretty well now, and that's pretty. Musashi no Ken Cup is, I'm sure, the tournament is encouraging kids as well, because that was so. That was like exciting manga too, and it's what I want to do this. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
that
like Terui Sensei. All his students, they are obligated to read the manga. Like you have to read it before starting practicing kendo.
Right. That's cool. It's must read manga. Yeah, that's for sure. Just a little kid's Bible,
Exactly.
All right. So you did that, and that was really amazing. And also, why did you pick those? Like, you went to some other places. Kendo bogu shop and bokuto shop. Bokuto, I mean craftsman's place.
Exactly.
In a bogu craftsman shop. And Mishima Yukio, and you interviewed. Is he a professor?
Yes, he's a teacher at Tokyo University, and he's also one of the editors of Yukio Mishima works.
So why did you pick him, particularly Mishima Yukio?
Because from in all the movie, I didn't want to do just a movie about sport, but
Kendo.
Yes, exactly. That was not something I would want to watch, because it's not like once you have like men, kote, do, ski, and that's just
what else there?
Yes, I wanted to talk about what's behind. So Yukio Mishima, it was very interesting because as an artist, he wrote a novel, Ken, who is only in a kendo dojo. So it's the story about kendoka. So I thought it was very interesting to see how you write kendo, because kendo is very physical or spiritual, but how do you translate that in writing? Like in manga, it's drawing, it's different, but it's in writing,
visualize.
And Yukio Mishima did an incredible job doing that. And Inoue Sensei that we interviewed talking about Yukio, I think he's one of the most famous researcher about Yukio Mishima in the world. He knows everything. And when I contacted the Yukio Mishima Museum in Yamanakako, they sent me the contact of Inoue Sensei, and he said, "Oh, of course, I want to do an interview. I want to talk about Yukio Mishima and kendo." And it felt, because it's such an interesting character, and still in Japan is not. I think he's more famous in outside for his work than in Japan. So I thought it was interesting to use this character to why Kendo for him, what does it represent, how he wrote that. So yeah, that was one of the ideas I tried to do.
Okay, and so you wanted to kind of introduce another kind of this Japanese culture. I think we know. I think Japanese people know, of course, about him as a he was a writer, and in the movies, the sensei professor also says that he was a journalist as well. I didn't know that part.
Yeah,
I didn't know that part. So
he was
really interesting.
Yeah, I learned a lot about him too.
Okay.
And like the interview we did with Inoue Sensei, it was like 1 hour and 30 minutes, and you have 4 minutes in the documentary at the end.
But you can make another video.
Yeah, I can make another movie just about Yukio Mishima and Kendo if I want. But it was so interesting to listen to Inoue Sensei talking about him, and he says something, and I say, I want to ask him that, and then there's another question, and another question, and another question, and he picks a book from the shelter, and he was like, let me read it again, so I can answer carefully. So it was really a great interview.
Nice, and then I mean, I don't really know. I do Kendo. I'm kind of a Ken only guy, so I don't really know about anything else. So it was interesting to know, like what he did, and then it was very interesting. I didn't really know about it.
I think because I'm just a beginner, I am still like open mind about Kendo, and I'm not just focused on the practice, and I can think about what's outside. That's why we talk about like the legacy of the samurai too. I think it was really interesting because you can talk about Japanese history, and Kendo is the new samurai way, because without the samurai there would be no Kendo now. So it was interesting to talk about the samurai too, like Saigo Takamori and Sakamoto Ryoma.
Right, and Kendo was kind of part of. I mean, they invented armor and shinai, so they could practice their, whatever they do, which is kenjutsu before.
Exactly.
So it was a part of it, and then Kendo took its own, course. So because separate the ways, but basically we're the same. So that's pretty. I think that was pretty interesting. Introducing, went to the shrine as well.
Yes.
Did you go into the cave too?
Yes. We went inside. I don't have a lot of image because it's really dark, so the camera don't like the dark. But actually, it's Tada Sensei. The owner of the Nippon Budo shop, the craftsman who makes the armor, is a good friend of us. He also have a Kendo shop in Paris and in Italy.
He has.
And he's the one who introduced us to the monk of the shrine. And he said, you have to go there. It's a beautiful place. And there's a lot of history for Kendo practice in the shrine. And that's it was also a different aspect. I can speak about Japanese spirituality through Kendo. So it was a nice addition to the documentary, I thought.
Yeah,
and it was beautiful.
I thought that was really good. It's kind of course, it's different sceneries as well. It's not only dojo.
Yes.
So beautiful sceneries. And you can see the ocean as well. Where was it? It was in Kagoshima, Kyushu Island.
The shrine.
Yeah.
Yes, it's just near Miyazaki City.
Oh, God, that's a Miyazaki. Yeah, Miyazaki. And then the bogu shop was in Miyazaki, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. And he has a he has a bogu shop in Paris as well.
Yes, bogu shop in Paris, really? And I've one in Italy. I think it's in Milano. I'm not really sure, but his grandfather was a bogu manufacturer after World War II, and it's like he took back the family heritage and start another company about Kendo and bogu. And he's also a Kendo practitioner. I think he's 7 dan.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Great, man. And then, I mean, the the thing is, you started from
Kagoshima.
Kagoshima, right? Yeah, Kagoshima, and then you went all through the Honshu Islands, and then went to Hokkaido.
Hi, up to Wakanai.
Wakanai.
Yes.
So that was the entire plan.
Yes. yes. It was like I didn't know if I was gonna start at the south or at the north. But I think it's better to go from south to north. And actually, it's the same. When I started doing my research about the movie, I was looking about Saigo Takamori, and the Last Samurai. It was like a metaphor of the Last Samurai is almost the start of Kendo. So, and I saw that he died in Kagoshima, and that there was a museum about him. So I said that's perfect because Kagoshima is almost at the southest point of the main island in Japan. So maybe we can start in Kagoshima and up to Wakanai.
Right. Wakanai, man. I've never been to Hokkaido.
It's cold, very cold.
It is. All right. So I think it's really people can watch. I mean, maybe Kendo practitioners can probably enjoy more.
Yes.
Because about Kendo, but also introducing all the kind of different sceneries and different history as well.
Yes.
A bit of modern Japanese history. So I think that was really, really, really nice.
Thank you very much.
That was very well done.
Thank you so much. It was very hard, but we are glad that we made it, and we did it all by ourselves. So we did the shooting. I did the edit. It's a two-friend job.
Yeah, I mean that was great, and we can keep going and going, but I just want you to share which part of this movies you really want people to kind of I mean, of course you want to say everything, but which part is kind of you recommend? Which part? I made we had a very hard time here, so I wanted to watch this part kind of thing. Something like that. Which one is your most recommended part of movie?
I think the interview we made with Terui Sensei was one of the best moments we had, because
which sensei was it?
It's the last sensei, just before Sakamoto Ryoma, just after the Murakami sensei. The little man, bold, with a strong voice. And he was, the kind of teacher you dream to have. When he speak about Kendo, you can hear that it's his life. He loved that, and he want to transmit his passion. But he's not, he's a hard man, hard teacher, but also very kind, very open mind. And he said, he want all the world to practice Kendo, like every country, whatever your color, whatever your gender. Kendo can brought us all together because, once we were our men, we are all the same, just Kendoka practitioners. So I think it was very moving for us because when we got to interview him, we didn't really know what was gonna happen in the interview. I had some random question, and when he started speaking, it was like a revelation, when he taught us about the Mushashugyo. It was a good conclusion also because he put words in what a sensei is supposed to be and what Kendo is is. So I think that's one of the most moving part for me. And as a nerd, Murakami Sensei interview was awesome. Like, we got to go to his the place he worked. So it was incredible to meet a mangaka. Yes, exactly. And he was working on his new manga, so we could film him working. Yeah, it was.
It looks like Kendo were like kind of samurai.
Yes, it was. It wasn't even out yet. It was the first chapter, and we had like a preview. And he's a really nice gentleman and very kind too. And it was strange for him because Musashi no Ken, it was maybe 30 years ago now for him. So it's very
Yeah,
very long. Like I think it was in '84.
Student. Yeah.
But he's still very happy that his manga is famous, and it helps young Kedoka to do kendo. Like in France, Katen Tsubasa is very famous, and a lot of kids starting football. You'd say soccer in America, but that's football.
I say football.
So lot of kids start doing football because they watch Katen Tsubasa on TV. And I think Musashi no Ken is the same for kendo, and he transcribed kendo so well. The values, the spirit. It's also it's sad, but it's also beautiful. Mm-hmm. So it was a great work, and it's very incredible to hear him talking about a work he did 30 years ago, and he can still talk about it like it was yesterday.
Yeah, he was talking like that. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, that was amazing. I mean, that was probably, well, as a kendo practitioner,
yes,
and okay, was right on time when I was like 10 years old or something, and I was going, whoa. So I think that was like kind of like, I've never seen him.
Oh yes, you need to
know how he looked like. That was the first time for me.
He's very handsome.
Oh, that's how he doesn't look old either.
No. He looks so young. It's incredible.
So I thought, he must be, must have been young when he got married.
Yes, I think he was in his 20s when he was Musashi no Ken.
That's probably why. Okay, all right. And so. What advice do you think you should give those people who are thinking to go to Japan for their first time?
What I want them to look in Japan?
Yeah, like you did hitchhiking. Do you recommend hitchhiking in Japan?
No. Don't ever do that. Yeah. It was the worst idea I got.
Yeah, we don't.
At first, I wanted to do hitchhiking because I wanted to do also interview about the people who took us on car. So to have the point of view of normal Japanese people. So what Kendo means for them, but that was not interesting what they said. So I didn't use that. But the good part that it was, since we were in car, I could get my camera out of the window and do some nice shots. If we were in the Shinkansen, it was not possible. Get the camera out.
And we have tunnels too.
Yeah. But at the end, since we got to get our plane, so for the last day of the shooting, we took a night bus. So we slept in night bus. We arrived in the city. We shoot all day long. We took another night bus. We slept in the night bus, and for the 4 days up to Wakanai, it was like that. So we were really exhausted.
So you planned out you 1 month in Japan,
yes.
And you had return ticket, right?
Yes.
You already had a return ticket, so
yes.
You have to. It's kind of limited. On a certain day you have to go back to. So you flew into.
We flew in Tokyo and Kagoshima directly. So we arrived at Kagoshima, but in the movie we go through Tokyo, but actually we didn't go through Tokyo. We went over Tokyo from Yamanakako directly to Kitakami, because since our plane back was from Tokyo, we were supposed to get there 4 days before, so we can do Murakami sensei interview and Inoue sensei interview about Yukio Mishima. Okay. So we didn't go in Tokyo through our journey. It was up to Wakanai, and then we took a plane from Sapporo to Tokyo.
Oh, you took a plane from
Yes, Sapporo. For the way back. We didn't want to go hitchhiking again. There was nothing more. Then it's Russia, so.
So you didn't have any problem with food or anything like that?
No. Just maybe long waiting on the side of the road with our thumbs up, and car going and going and going. It was very hard. Sometimes we waited 3 hours, 4 hours with nobody stopping. So no, I don't advise anyone to do hitchhiking. And there were 2 of us, we had a big backpack because I had all the video equipment. Matthias had his bogu, our clothes, his shinai. So, when people saw us like two gaijin on the road with big bag, so no, I don't have room for them. It's not possible.
Right. Yes, probably that's because you had like I saw him, the Matthias.
Yes.
The huge bag and with shinai and then go,
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I didn't know how many. Only two of you guys were there.
Yes.
I thought maybe 3 or 4.
No, just the two of us.
Okay, so you most of the time you had a good time.
Yes, it's mostly good memories.
Okay, so probably you shouldn't talk about how time passed.
Yes, but yeah, I think we hope we can go back in Japan one day and visit again all the people we met and gave them a DVD and have a nice beer together and remembering the good time.
Yeah,
maybe one day, I hope.
Yeah, and I saw you showed pictures at the very end with the people you were together.
Exactly.
That was nice, very nice.
That's my cameo. Like you can see me. That's the only moment in the movie you can see me. It's at the end title.
Yeah. I think I remember. I saw you. Yeah, you had a longer hair back then, right? No?
Yes. I forgot to cut my hair before leaving. That was also a different bad idea.
Well, and you didn't have any problem with staying, like getting a hotel or where?
No, actually, I use like mostly Airbnb and there's also an application, hotel.com. So, like the morning, I was checking if there was a room for the night, and we pick it up. Like mostly the cheaper one.
Yeah. So there wasn't a problem.
There was a problem when we arrived in Osaka.
Oh yeah.
We arrived it was one of the longest day of hitchhiking. It took us 12 hours to do Hiroshima to Osaka by hitchhiking.
Oh.
So it's only 400 kilometers. So I don't know, it's like 300 miles. So it's not that far, but it took us 12 hours. So we arrived at the hotel. It was 11 p.m. And it was strange because the hotel looked like empty. But it was a big building, but there was nobody. And when we arrived in the room, there was no water. What? So we were like sweating. We want to get a shower. So we tried to contact someone from the website. And, since I got my French telephone, it was very expensive to call.
Oh, yeah.
So, and we say, we have no water, what's happening? And say, maybe someone will come. And say, no, come now because we need some water. Yeah. And we knocked at the other door and there was no one in all the building. So I think it was not very legal. Maybe there was renting. So we said, maybe we will leave and find another place. So we took our bag. I canceled the reservation and I found another. It was also a bad bedroom, but we had bed and we had shower. It was that.
That was you needed. Yeah.
And then we got out and had some beer to forget that bad moment.
Sorry about that. Yeah. We have that kind of stuff in Japan too. Yeah. Perfect place.
But mostly kind people, and all the people we met on hitchhiking, they were always very nice and curious on why we are here, and oh my God, you're doing hitchhiking. Why are you doing that? Are you crazy? It's awesome. So yeah, it was only good encounter.
Okay, that's good. Let's stop there. good encounters.
Exactly. Like Kendo.
Yeah. So where can these people get your video?
So you can rent it on Vimeo. Yeah, Vimeo. It's an American platform where you can rent the movie. There's a French version, Japanese version, and an English subtitle version. So maybe you will have the link somewhere here or here.
Yeah,
if you
I'll make sure somewhere.
And feel free to to follow us, we have a Facebook page and also an Instagram account. We are mostly on Facebook. That's where we post news. And we have some new project coming. I can't really talk about it now, but we want to. It's not a documentary, but we have some plan about Kendo in France, and I'm really looking forward talking about it in the future. And next year it's the Kendo World Cup in Paris, so maybe you can come.
Kendo World Championship in
Yes.
Paris. Oh,
Yes.
Okay. When is it? Next year?
Yes, in March, I think.
Oh, it is. Oh, in March. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. If you come, we will meet in person.
Oh yeah, that would be nice. We have still coronavirus going on around here.
Yeah.
Well, let's see what's gonna happen.
We have a lot of stuff going on right now in America.
Yeah. Let's keep our hope high and then
Yes.
see what happens. Okay.
Exactly.
So I think the video was about $5.99 or something like that.
I think it's $4.99.
$4.99,
Yes.
about $5. Yeah.
Yes, so it's a 48 hours renting, but I'm thinking maybe I will put the movie on, like you can buy it. It will be a little bit more expensive, but you can buy it and you can watch it ever and ever all your life if you want.
Right.
It's a bit sad because in France, on the French version, we have an audio commentary. So we are watching the whole movie, and with Matthias, we are explaining all the, like a making of, like all the anecdotes and what happened during the shooting. But it's only in French, and I don't want to do an English subtitle for that. It's too much work.
Too much work.
So
yeah.
Sorry for my English-speaking friends, but that won't happen.
No, I know how hard it is to transcribe. Just translate.
Yeah.
All the work. I really understand that. I have videos on my website, YouTube. It's really hard to
it's
subtitles.
Much work.
It's really a lot of work. Yeah. Well, anyway, you have the great documentary, and it's available in English now. So, thank you for doing that.
Thank you very much, and
I really appreciate that.
It was very nice to talk about our movie to foreigners. I only did interview in French right now, so it's really nice. Maybe I hope a lot of people can watch the movie, and feel free to give us back comment. Even if you don't like it, tell us why you don't like it. If you loved it, tell us you loved it.
Better.
We take everything.
Yeah, great. Okay, now thank you for coming today.
Thank you for having me.
Being with us, and I hope everyone enjoys, and rent the movie.
Yes.
Watch the movie. That's all we have to say, right?
Go Kendo.
Yeah, go Kendo. Beat the coronavirus. Let's do it.
Through Kendo.
Let's stay strong. All right. Thank you, Jeremy.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
And thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. I would like to send special thanks to patrons for their constant support through patreons.com/Kendo for Life.